Ryan, what was this week like with all these fans here having this big event at home?
It was special. We were wondering how many people would come out. We didn't really have a gauge because we've hosted spring events, but the weather has always been awful. So, we have loyal fans and they come out for that. But we were hoping we would get a bigger crowd now that it's nice out here. And Champaign this time of year is a golf town, which is really cool. We've gone around town. We're staying in a hotel, like I mentioned. We've gone out to dinners, and people around town know who we are and know that we have a regional here and are fired up to host. And and out on the golf course too. It was nice to have all that support. And you got to treat it the right way. You got to know that everybody's pulling for you and wants you to do well. It's not an added pressure thing. And definitely, it was good because some of the other teams were like, "Holy cow, this is." You don't expect that out of a golf program, so it was cool.
Were they surprised? What were some of the things they were saying?
The UNLV guy on 14 I played with, Wyatt, made a birdie, and he's like, "You got more applause for your 2-foot par putt than I got for my birdie putt." It was cool.
That's awesome.
How much of an advantage was knowing the course so well as opposed to going somewhere else in there?
It's a huge advantage if you take advantage of it the right way. Mentally, if you're strong and if you're tough-minded and come out ready to compete, it's an advantage. But if you come out soft and just expecting we're going to cruise through here, then it can actually be a disadvantage. It can mess with you a little bit. So knowing the golf course and knowing all the shots is definitely helpful, but you have to approach it the right way too.
Kind of ran the full gamut on 2 holes down the stretch there with the eagle and then the bogey. Just walk me through those 2 holes.
Yeah, so I hit in the fairway on 15. I had 208 yards in, downwinds, playing really short. I hit a little 7-iron to about 6 or 8 feet, landed it in front of the green. So that was nice. I was stuck on pars before that, and I knew I wasn't looking at the leaderboard, but I could hear behind me that Jackson was making birdies because people were going crazy. So I knew I had to do something the last 4 holes. So rolled in like a 6-footer or 8-footer there. And then 17 was actually a really good bogey. I hit it in the right bunker, which was problem number 1. And then the lie was not good. I didn't have green to work with. There was a lot of sand in the bunker. It was a tough shot. And I was playing conservative. I was trying to hit it 10, 12 feet left of the pin and just make a putt. And I hit it heavy, didn't get it up there. And then for my 3rd shot, that was the worst lie I saw all week. It was horrendous. So I just took a big hack at it to 6 feet and had to make that putt and did. So that felt good.
What do you feel like you guys showed this week to come out here and tie for first? I know you wanted to beat Oklahoma State, but to tie for first at Urbana Regional.
I think we're ready to compete at nationals. I think the world hasn't seen our best stuff yet. They have at times, and we've put together good stretches of holes and good rounds. But I don't think people have seen our best for a full tournament. But we've gotten better and better as the season has gone on, and we've found a little bit more consistency. So just going into nationals, we're going to bring that mentality, bring that toughness, and try and put it all together. At nationals, the thing is, to get top 8, obviously we're going there to win stroke play like we did last year. To get top 8, even to win, you don't have to do things special. The best way to win is to let others lose. So if we hit our standard and play solid golf, we'll be back in match play like we've been so many times.
I'm curious with you guys, you've talked about it being a younger bunch, but a year ago you tough Big Tens, you turned the page quickly, right? This year, tough Big Tens. So what is about the mental makeup, I guess, of you guys, despite being young, to be able to do that?
I think every team, especially that I've been a part of, but as long as Coach has been here too, there are turning points in the season, and usually it happens in the spring. You would like it to be earlier in the spring. You would rather not have it be at Big Tens, but on every team I've been on, there's a moment where something just clicks and we all kind of put our heads together and say, enough of this. We gotta put our heads together and figure stuff out. So the last 2 years, it's happened to come at Big Tens, and we've rebounded it from it well. Hopefully next year we can get that out of the way earlier. But if you don't win Big Tens, you learn from it.
You obviously need the
like
freshman
in there with Coach. I mean,
You tied with the number 2 team in the country, nothing to be ashamed of. But I know since you guys had the late lead, you would have liked to win it.
Yeah, it was a message of well done, solid, but we still got things to work on. And you know, we came here to win this tournament, and we tied for the win. So we kind of did what we were looking to do, but yeah, we're just gonna clean some things up that need to be cleaned up and move into nationals hopefully better than we were this week.
Obviously, you need the freshmen to play well next week. What's your advice to them going into this week?
It's hard. The expectations component as a freshman, you know, I remember it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you're living and dying by every shot, feeling like, you know, you're pumped up for your boys or you're letting your boys down. They're good players. They're very good players, very good freshmen. If they can put all that aside and just go out and play their games, we saw it from Jake last week. He got a chance in the lineup. There wasn't a ton of expectation. There wasn't a ton of pressure on him. And he was in a great headspace, and he went out and executed. So we're going to need that next week. At Nationals, we need a 5-man effort, 6-man effort. We're a team of 6. We travel with 6. In a field that good, you're not going to get it done with just a few guys.
Ryan, you grew up not far from Carlsbad. Is that a homecoming of sorts for you? How are you approaching that?
It is. I'm excited. Last year, there were a lot of fans out there for me supporting, a lot of friends, family. So kind of like here, it's nice to have the crowd on your side, and hopefully bring a little Illinois crowd out there too. So it'll be fun. I don't treat it any differently than I treat any other tournament, but it is nice to be home. I'm familiar with the grass. I'm familiar with how far the ball travels. I'm familiar with putting on the greens. So it's an advantage for sure.